Wow, I have exactly 3 hours. I wonder if there's anything I could do in that short amount of time. So once a week, these guys host a game jam. We've got 3 hours to make a game. You can split these 3 hours however you like over a 72-hour period, but you can only be working on the game in those 3 hours. But since it's 3 whole hours, our game is bound to be a masterpiece. We just need to hit the theme. Don't shoot? What? So I made a new project and I chucked in a square. Then I gave him a little triangle for a tail because this guy is a fish. And I don't have time for graphics. Now we just have to give him some drifty, floaty, watery, physicsy movement. And now he can swim. Though we should probably also box him in.
What are you doing? Literally boxed you, put you in the blender, you're literally free, you literally have 0 IQ, how do you get boxed?
So you're a fish. And I'd love to explain to you how this works, but I stole it all from the internet. Basically, we just try to rotate the fish towards the mouse and then just have the fish keep moving forwards. Now, just having a fish isn't that interesting. So we're gonna add a gun. Now, the aim of the game is to not get shot. So we just have to make it look at the player constantly and then periodically shoot out bullets. Easy peasy, right? Okay, I don't know why this works, but it does. And now I'm an hour in and all I've got is this gun that kind of works and this fish that moves around. I think it's time we reassess the game we're making. I'm gonna take a break. While sipping on Joe, I came to the conclusion that we need something for the player to collect. And we should make the world bigger and have the camera follow the player. So using Cinemachine, we've got all that set up. And now our fish is slightly less boxed. But then, tragedy struck. My computer froze. Unity had crashed and I saw in the top corner the worst thing a game dev can see. A little asterisk. I hadn't saved the project. At least not recently. I paused the timer, restarted my computer, and sat there praying. Opening the project. And then I saw. Oh, I hadn't actually lost anything. The asterisk was just there because I'd moved something and hadn't saved that movement. Everything else was fine. Back to programming, I guess. Now, we've got some coins spawning in and the game's actually playable. It's probably one of the worst games ever, but hey, it's a game. And we still have over an hour to add graphics, UI, a scaling difficulty system, and sounds. I think we need to work a little harder. It's time for a lunch break. Alright, for difficulty scaling, we're just going to increase the fire rate of the gun, the movement speed of the bullets, and the movement speed of the fish. We'll just multiply these by some constant whenever the player gets 10 points. And we'll just steal some graphics from the internet. So I realized this wasn't allowed, and you're not meant to do this, but it's fine, right? Nobody will notice, right? Right? So we've got a fish, bullets, gun, some fish food, and some wooden planks, and a bar background. And we can't forget about sound design. So using this tool I found online, I was able to generate a bullet firing and fish dying sound effects. But for some reason, I couldn't find a fish eating sound effect. So I had to make one myself. Nom, 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 nom. And now we've only got a whole hour. Well, let's add bullet holes. If you've ever shot a barrel before, you'll know that the bullets don't just despawn when they hit the edge. Instead, it'll do this crazy thing where it creates a hole. But we've only got an hour. Surely an advanced hole system like this would be impossible to create. I don't know what happened, but it works. Basically, we just lower the water level based on the amount of holes that are present. Whenever a bullet fires, it lives for 3 to 5 seconds and then despawns and spawns in a hole. These holes can also be patched up by the player so that the water decreases slower and they've got longer to collect coins or points. And of course, once the water runs out... Wait. Yeah, I forgot to add something that checks when the water runs out to kill the player, but... You know what? Surely they'll just get hit by a bullet before then, right? And also my friend somehow managed to make the water go up with this system, but... Anyway. And now with just 5 minutes left on the clock, it was time to add a main menu. We just need a start button and a title, which means we have to come up with a game name right now. Don't shoot a fish in a barrel. Don't shoot a fish in a barrel. Yeah, it's dumb, but I had like 2 seconds to decide it because I also had to set up this button to change the scenes. Alright, time to build and submit this to the game jam. Yeah, okay, I admit the game is terrible. But then I forced my one friend to play it. So, what do you think of my game?
Yeah, it was okay. Did you make it in Scratch?
Yeah, so I think it's bound to win. End of recording. This is the end.